What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Beard Unbound. I'm Josh. This guy had way back here in my backpack. That is Bob. He's our channel mascot. And today we're in Indianapolis, Indiana at the Bottleworks Hotel, as you can see behind me. And I'm super excited for this one since this is our first hotel review on the channel. And as with seemingly everything else on this channel, we're going to rate it on a scale of 1 to 10 in the categories of property appearance, staff and check-in process, room quality / cleanliness, entertainment and amenities, and finally, food and drink. Would it really be a Beard Unbound video if we weren't eating something? So I'll get my final thoughts and overall rating at the end of the video, so make sure you stay tuned. With that introduction out of the way, let's get this video started. So it's about 8 billion degrees in Indy today. In reality, it's probably closer to 96 or so. And I really want to get inside to that lobby and get into air conditioning as soon as possible. But before I do want to talk a little bit about the history of this place, because it is actually really cool. So this building was commissioned by the Younger brothers, Lee and James, as the most state-of-the-art Coca Cola bottling plant of its time. It ceased operations in 1964 when the Coca Cola franchise was bought by Indianapolis Motor Speedway owner Tony Holman, who then moved operations to Speedway, Indiana. And the building was then repurposed as a storage location for his classic car collection. The building would again change hands just 4 years later when the Indianapolis public school system bought it to use it as a central kitchen, bus service center, and of all things, a woodworking studio. So in 2017, Hendricks Commercial Property Group bought the building and began to work on Bottleworks District, which the hotel is actually a part of. And we're gonna take a look at some of the other things in the Bottleworks District, specifically the garage food hall, later in this video. So it should be interesting. Now, as you can see behind me today, the building is obviously a hotel, but it's also a building that really stands as a beautifully restored marvel of both history and architecture in the heart of one of the city's newest neighborhoods and newest developments. So, with all of that out of the way, let's get into the lobby, into the air conditioning, and get checked in, because I am about to die of heat stroke out here on the street. So let's get to it. Hey guys, what's up? Editor Josh here with a quick editor's note. So I know I said that I'd be giving my overall thoughts, ratings, all that good stuff at the end of this video, but as I've been editing it, it's become quickly apparent that just day one is going to be over an hour. And if I was to try and tack on day two, we'd probably be looking at an hour and a half, maybe even pushing 2 hours. So I certainly don't want to subject you guys to my mindless ramblings for quite that long in one sitting. So with that in mind, I think the best path forward is to actually split up day one and day two. So that does mean that day two, which will contain my overall thoughts and ratings for the entire experience, will be posted in a couple of weeks. So sorry you guys have to wait for it, but I think this is actually going to be the better path overall. So with all that said, let's get back to the video.
All right, guys, so we're all checked in. Really fast and easy process. Looks like we're in room 3023. So let's find the elevators. You guys are gonna see this same time I do. An umbrella on the wall immediately. Okay. Forgot I left Bob poking out the top of the bag. Didn't get any weird looks though. We'll come back to the bathroom with the room tour. This is the first time I've ever come into a hotel room and the TV's been on. So the TV claims it's 89 degrees outside. The air temperature might be 89, but with the humidity factored in, oof, we're probably easily at 100. All right, we're not here to see the TV though. Let's start over here in the corner. We've got a whole seating area. Really like the color of that couch. I like these windows too. They're angled. I'm kind of getting Luxor Vegas vibes. So, got a bed. Have to give it the bed test shortly. Nice little seating area at the end of the bed. I wonder if these have storage or anything. No, these are just extra seating, it looks like. Got the coffee area over here. And I love the fact that they have actual coffee cups. That's pretty rad. And we got an espresso as well. That's pretty great. I'm absolutely gonna take advantage of these. I'm used to staying in hotels with maybe a Keurig and a few K-cups. So this is gonna be nice. Got the whole mini bar set up. Well, they've got at least one local beer in there, the Gumball Head. I read somewhere that the sodas are included with their room rate. I'd be curious to know. All right, so there's coffee and mini bar. That looks like a vintage speaker or a vintage radio, but that's actually a Bluetooth speaker, which is pretty neat. A couple charging ports at the desk. That's cool. They actually have the history of Bottleworks Hotel here in the room. Oh, there's a crossword puzzle even. That's pretty rad. I think this is definitely a take-home kind of situation. Entering dining menu, we'll take a peek at that in a few. So we've got our ice bucket, actual glasses. Again, I really like that they have actual glasses, actual coffee cups, none of this plastic stuff that we're also used to. Oh, closet with a safe. There's a robe in here, in fact. Really like that picture. It's, you know, simple. It looks like a rusty penny, but it's just effective in here. It's nice decor. And what's this? Looks like that is who our housekeeper is. Neat. Got a full-length mirror. There's me. What's up, guys? Again, our neat little umbrella. All right, now let's take a peek at the bathroom. So, got our standard toilet, artwork on the wall. There's me again. Man, I like this shower. Looks like marble in there, top to bottom. I like this big door. Standard sink. Let's see. Yeah, soap. What else do we get here? Upside down. Yeah, shower cap. Get a vanity kit. I mean, I'm impressed. As far as bathrooms go, this is one of the best I've seen, I think. All right. So let's go check out the terrace. You know what, first, I'm gonna get this stuff out of my pocket. Okay. I thought I was locked in to start with, but I think I locked myself in. Okay, I swear I know how locks work, guys. There we go. This is a nice terrace. There's our slanted pyramid-esque windows again. And here's our view. You can see living room theaters over there. That was built at the same time the Bottleworks District was. We've got a really nice view. I'll be interested to come back out here at night and see what else is going on. All right. Okay. That cushion's a little wet for some reason. I don't know what's going on there. But we're gonna check this out. Whoa. Okay. Talk about lounging. Man, this is quite the angle and it's really, really hot out here. Like, I am dying. So let's head back inside to some nice air conditioning. It's absolutely boiling out here. All right, let's check out this seating area over here that does not have such deep chairs like our balcony, or terrace, excuse me. So I just noticed, looks like we got some additional minibar items over here. M&Ms, which are probably like $15 a piece. Beef jerky, gummy bears, pretzels. Got a nice bottle of Pinot. All right, so now we've got to try the bed test. I like it. It's a little bit firm for my taste, but I like it. It's definitely not one of these mattresses that you just sink down into and you become part of, and it's not rock hard either. So I think it's a really, really nice middle ground, actually. Well, I think that is everything that there really is to see in the room. So why don't we head back downstairs and roam around and see what all there is to see and do in this hotel. Come on. Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. So before we head downstairs and see what all this hotel has to offer in terms of amenities, let's first have a quick coffee chat. So I guess welcome to the first ever episode of Coffee Chat with Josh. I'm Josh, and well, that's still Bob. So I wanted to talk about a couple of things. First, let's talk about the minibar, simply out of curiosity. So I did scan the QR code that was with the snacks and got some prices. So just that you guys might be curious about what we're looking at in terms of pricing. So let's take a look together. All right, so potato chips, $6. Best chocolate in town, I feel like that's probably what, maybe a chocolate bar, $13. Man, that better be some really good chocolate. Beef jerky, $8. I would say that's not so bad given the price of beef jerky in like convenience stores and things. But I mean, you saw the bag. It's not a mini bag, but it's like a small at best. So yeah, I mean, $8 for that bag, no bueno. Pretzels, $8 for that size bag, yeah, maybe. So gummy bears, $8. Man, if Elijah, one of my younger brothers, ever sees this video, I'm sure he's gonna be hassling me, wanting to know why I didn't buy those, because he is absolutely nuts about gummy bears of all kinds. M&Ms. So what I say, $15 a bag. Obviously I was joking, but $4. I feel like a bag of M&Ms in a a grocery store or a gas station or something might be like $3.50, depending on where you go. So maybe that price for M&Ms isn't so bad. All right, now we get into the beverages. So sodas, $4. $4 for one glass bottle of Coke. that's a okay price, I guess. Red Bull, $4 for a can. $4 for a bottle of water. Oof, man, oh man. Now we're getting into like Disney World prices here. Mini spirits, $10. So one of those little mini bottles of liquor is 10 bucks. Whew. Let's see, spirits, 40 bucks. Canned cocktails, $8. You know, beer and cider, $5 a can. Not the best, not the worst. Okay, so that bottle of Pinot that we saw on the table here, 30 bucks. Whitehaven, 30 bucks. Okay, Del Bosco, $45. I'm not sure what Cane 5 is, but that is the most expensive thing on the mini bar menu, $95. Maybe after dinner, we'll take a closer look at the mini bar and try and figure out what's what. But on the subject of dinner, let's talk about how that is going to work for this video. So, as I said, this hotel is part of the larger Bottleworks District, right? That includes things like the living room theaters that we saw from the terrace earlier, but it also includes the garage food hall. So I'm not sure off the top of my head exactly how many restaurants are in the garage food hall, but I do know it's a bunch, and I know that it has a huge variety, runs the gamut of all different types of cuisine. So I say that for dinner tonight, we head across the street to the garage food hall and roll the dice and see exactly what we're gonna have for dinner, right? Let's let fate decide. So in order to be as fair and unbiased as possible, we are going to do this as kind of a two-step process. So step one is going to be using ChatGPT to get a random list of just 5 restaurants from the garage food hall. We'll go ahead and do that now. Give me a list of 5 random restaurants from the garage food hall.
Sure. Here are 5 random restaurants you might find at a garage food hall. 1. Taco Haven, serving a variety of delicious tacos with fresh ingredients. 2. Pizza Pioneers, crafting artisanal pizzas with a variety of toppings. 3. Burger Barn, known for gourmet burgers and creative sides. 4.
I don't think those are actually restaurants in the garage food hall. Let's try this again, ChatGPT. Give me a list of 5 random restaurants from the garage food hall in the Bottleworks District.
Sure thing. Here are 5 random restaurants from the garage food hall in the Bottleworks District. 1. Amelia's Bread. 2. The Dancing Donut. 3. The Inferno Room. 4. Subito. 5. Circle City Suites. Enjoy exploring.
Okay, we're gonna try this one more time because I feel like those might be more like skewing toward just like sweets and small bites kind of things, right? We're looking for actual food. Give me a list of 5 random restaurants from the garage food hall in the Bottleworks District.
Absolutely. Here are 5 random spots you can check out in the garage food hall. 1. Amelia's Bread. 2. The Dancing Donut. 3. The Inferno Room. 4. Subito. 5. Circle City Suites. Hope you find something you like.
Okay then. So we're actually going to use Perplexity for this particular exercise just because I feel like it gives better results. No shade against ChatGPT, I just feel like in my prior testing, Perplexity worked a lot better. Give me a list of 5 random restaurants from the garage food hall.
Here are 5 random restaurants from the Garage Food Hall in Indianapolis. 1. Mama Fofo's. They offer Greek favorites like gyros and spanakopita. 2. Poke Guru. Specializes in fresh poke bowls. 3. Clancy's Hamburgers. Known for their classic burgers. 4. La Chinita Poblana. Offers unique Mexican-Asian fusion dishes. 5. Abiogo Pizzeria. They serve artisan pizzas. There are plenty more options at the food hall, covering a wide range of cuisines.
Okay, so those suggestions were much, much better. All right, so that's step 1, right? We've got our completely randomly AI generated list of possible choices for dinner. Now, you may recall a few minutes ago, I said we were going to roll the dice on dinner and see what we were going to have. So, this is dice. Just a standard 6-sided dice, right? We're not dealing with a D20 or, you know, anything crazy town from the Dungeons and Dragons side of things. So what we're going to do with this, or more accurately, what someone else is going to do with this, they are going to roll this dice, and depending on where it lands, that will decide where we're going to eat. So if they roll a 1, we're eating at Mama Fofo's. If they roll a 2, we're having poke, so forth and so on. However, we got a list of 5 random restaurants. This is a 6-sided die. So what happens if they roll a 6? Well, if they roll a 6, that means that this whole grand adventure is over. I have to check out, go home right now, and I've wasted the rate on the room. So let's hope that whomever rolls this for us later doesn't roll a 6, because that would be pretty terrible given what I paid for this room. And while we are having coffee chat, as I try to reach for my coffee here, Nespresso is great, by the way. Like, I am going to get an espresso machine now, right? I thought I was being fancy with a Keurig, but man, this espresso is whole other level. Anyway, let's talk about this room. So, Bottleworks has a few different types of room. So starting out at the cheapest, they've got the Landmark King, $219 a night. Now keep in mind, all these prices are before tax. The Gilded King, which, let's see, it's a little smaller actually. So the Landmark is, oh no, excuse me, it's bigger. So the Landmark King is 595 square feet, whereas the Gilded King is 675. Then we move on to the Timeless King for $274 a night, 613 square feet. Then we got the Terrace King, which is what we're in, $299 a night for 575 square feet. And then we get up into the suites. So the Priestley Suite, $949 a night for 1,100 square feet with just one bed. Man, it's too rich for my blood. Okay, so it looks like these other two are just ADA versions of what we've already seen. So the most expensive and largest room they have is the Priestley Suite for $949. So we are one room tier down from the top. We're in the Terrace King for $299 a night. And you know, so far, I feel like this room is worth every penny. I'll give my final thoughts at the end of the video, so make sure you stay tuned. Also, you know, like, subscribe, ring the notification bell if you don't have anything going on. With all of those things, out of the way. Now, I think it's actually time that we head downstairs, roam around a bit, see what this hotel has to offer, and see if we can find somebody that will roll this dice on camera for us. So let's get to it. I like this lobby too. Just looks like a comfortable place to sit. Okay, so apparently there's a restaurant and bar this way. Looks like it's down at the end of the hall. There's the middle bar. Coffee. What's this? They have merch, I believe. Yeah, very expensive merch. Neat. And candles. Looks like signature scents. They have their own wine. So the glasses are $10. I wonder how much the actual wine is. One of their coffee cups is only $10. I kind of want one. It's so much cooler in here. I really don't want to go outside to even walk over to the garage food hall. I'm being honest with you guys. And here's the pool table. It's an interesting tidbit about these windows actually. When this building was designed, these windows were put here deliberately to face the street because this room that we're standing in, the lobby, was actually the tasting room when this was a Coca Cola bottling plant back in the day. And these gigantic windows facing the street allowed anybody walking by to look in and see all of the bottling equipment, you know, conveyor belts, bottling process, and that kind of thing. So it was like a form of advertising almost. And then here is, it's a pull, not a push. And then here's the famous staircase that everybody always talks about. This staircase was actually the way that people would come in and go up to talk with the executive offices for the bottling plant. So at the top of this staircase is where the secretary was. Let's go down here to get a slightly better view of things. Hey, look at this floor, guys. This tile is beautiful. Okay, so can we look up without everybody getting vertigo? Let's try. Whoa. Look at that. Beautiful. All right. So just to kind of review a little bit, it looks like in terms of amenities, there's a nail bar, a coffee shop that we'll try in the morning, a restaurant that may serve breakfast. If they do, we can give that a try as well. So, not a ton. And I can look on the website to see if I've overlooked anything. There is a gym down in the basement, but we won't go down there just in case there's anybody in the gym. I don't want to film them working out. And from what I understand, that's really about all that's back there, or down there, excuse me. So, interesting note about that restroom. That was actually the secretary's private restroom when this was still an operational bottling facility. So I suppose her desk and maybe like the reception area would have been kind of in this general vicinity. Check out this piano. And you know we gotta look down. Wow. So I just love that tile down there. I don't really know what this is. Restrooms. You know, I'm still floored routinely by the fact that nobody has ever called me out for filming. You know, you hear horror stories about people being told off for filming, and I've never had a problem. Lab. You know we gotta see what's in the lab. Wonder if we can. Oh, no, we're locked out. We got locked out of the lab, guys. Boardroom. Water. Radical. Okay, let's head back downstairs. I think we've seen everything up here. There's something going on over here at check-in, so we're gonna have to wait it out before we get our dice rolled. Be right back. Hey, how are you? So, weird question, let me explain. I'm letting a dice decide where I have dinner over at the Garage Food Hall. Okay. And I was wondering if you would care to roll it for me.
Sure, why not?
Okay, so before you roll it, one caveat. I've got a random list of 5 choices.
Okay.
But if you roll a 6, then I have to cut this whole adventure short, check out now, waste the room rate, and go home. So.
Well, I'll try not to.
All right, one other question.
Sure.
Do you care to be on camera when you roll it? So.
Sure.
All right.
We'll have fun. Appreciate the.
All right. No 6s, no 6s.
Oh my god. Can we do a reroll?
Yeah, let's do a reroll. All right, just this one time.
All right.
3.
3. Because we don't want to cut your trip.
No, we're not gonna do that. That's gonna be the one and only reroll
Yep.
of the channel. All right. Let's see. Where are we having dinner? Clancy's Hamburgers.
Oh, Clancy's is good. I think you'll like it.
Okay. Awesome. What was your name?
Dominic.
All right, Dominic. I
meet you.
appreciate you. Thank you so much for your help, my man. All right, you too.
I would just black out that 6 with a Sharpie.
Yeah. Well, we'll cut it in half, right?
Why not?
All right. Hey, thanks a lot. Okay, guys, my channel, my rules. Yeah, we rolled a 6, very first try, but we're gonna call a mulligan on that. Okay. Oh my God, it is hot. Okay. Let me talk about the heat for just a second. So, you know, if you can't tell by the accent, I'm originally from the South. Coming from that part of the country, I thought I knew what heat was, humidity was, right? No, this is like a whole other level. So something that's interesting is, and I'm gonna sit because it is just too hot to live out here right now. So something that's interesting is I routinely tell people how much I hate the heat. And then I may say sometime later in the conversation that, oh, I would love to live in Vegas. And I get some really, really weird looks because you just said that you hate the heat, but you love to live in a desert. What gives? Well, let me explain something. So right now, the reason that it feels so hot and so terrible and just so icky out here is not so much the air temperature, it's the humidity tacked on to it. So it's just terrible. I mean, you can't escape it, but you know, if you're in Vegas and you're in a desert, then it's gonna be a dry heat. So yeah, the air temperature might be 100 degrees. It might be, 105, but it's not gonna be nearly as bad as this because the relative humidity is not gonna be super insanely killer like it is right now. So that's just my little spiel on heat and differences in heat in different places. Anyway, next challenge I think is to find the garage food hall. I hope this wind muff thing is working because this wind is kicked up and it feels really good. It's a nice breeze, but hopefully you guys can still hear me. Okay, let's go find the garage food hall because all this walking and rolling 6s has got me hungry, got my appetite going. So let's get going, shall we? It's literally right across the street. All right, let's head over. So there's even more evidence that this used to actually be a Coca Cola bottling facility. Just look at the outside of this building, guys. I think this is terracotta tile, maybe. Here's a list of everything in the garage. Clancy's Hamburgers, right. Okay. So a little bit of behind the scenes. I just filmed the Swenson's video yesterday. Swenson's Drive-In. So I had a burger yesterday. I don't really know how I feel about having a burger again today, but you know what? The dice has decided. Is it die or dice? I never know. So I was saying how I didn't really want a burger. Well, good thing is Clancy's Burgers actually have other things. So I got a spicy chicken sandwich with lettuce, onion, mayo, pickle. Yeah, there's a pickle on there, and bacon as well. Yep, there's bacon. You see it there. So let's give it a bite. It's really good. I'm not detecting any spice in the spicy chicken breast, but chicken breast is super well seasoned. It's tender. Breading is not too much. Bacon is nice and crispy. Veggies are good. The onion adds something nice and extra. The mayo is good. So, got classic fries to go along with the sandwich. I should have gotten napkins, but too late now. These fries, man. Absolutely no seasoning whatsoever. None. Let's try them with some classic tomato ketchup. Bland fries with classic tomato ketchup. Not a fan. So, the spicy chicken sandwich, 8 out of 10. These limp, sad, seasonless, broken fries, 1 out of 10. Man, these are garbage. Got a couple of chocolate chip cookies to finish off the meal. You can see I got a little overzealous and I already took a bite. These are just very basic chocolate chip cookies. I mean, they are chocolate chip cookies through and through, right? They're doing nothing special, nothing terrible. So they're right in the middle of the field for me. 7 out of 10, and I feel like that's being generous. And finally, got a sweet tea to wash it all down with. Not very sweet, just mildly sweet. 6 out of 10. All right, so that's everything I got for dinner, ranked, rated, and done. So we'll pick back up once I'm done eating and we're out of the garage. Talk to you guys soon. Okay guys, let me know in the comments below. Was that an artsy shot or was that just a waste? I don't know. I'm trying to get better at this. Anyway, so I totally forgot that tonight is game 7 of the NBA Finals. Pacers and Oklahoma City Thunder. I'm so conflicted, right? Because obviously the Pacers are my hometown team, so you know I have an obligation to support them, especially now. But you know, Seattle and I have a really special relationship too. In Oklahoma City, they were originally the Seattle Sonics, so I'm conflicted, right? Because I have this almost like moral imperative to support the Pacers, but then I have this really special relationship with the Thunder too. So I don't know. I mean, I'll be happy whoever wins, but I think I'm gonna go on record right now, and this is totally, you know, just my armchair opinion. I'm not a big sports guy. Really enjoy basketball, but that's about it. And you know, my like total knowledge of sports and even basketball, you know, players and stats and this and that and the other is definitely lacking. But I can tell you from the performance I've seen out of both teams in the past 6 games and even in the regular season, Oklahoma City is the better overall team, and I really think that they're going to pull it out tonight. So I'm going to go on record with that on video right now. No take backsies. Yeah, we'll see if I'm right or not. They tip off in about 45 minutes. So, oh, my watch is resetting itself. So, yeah, I would love to find somewhere to get a t-shirt. I don't know if there's anything like nearby though that would sell any. I know Dick's Sporting Goods does, so maybe I can pick one up, you know, tomorrow. If the Pacers lose, then they'll probably be giving them away for nothing. Who knows? So we'll see. But right now, I'm gonna head back over to Bottleworks and check out Vice and Sundry. I want to try a couple of their drinks and average that in with the food score, right? Because for the purposes of the video, I'm considering Bottleworks and the Garage Food Hall to be kind of one and the same, especially since they have a reference to the Garage Food Hall on their website. But I really want to try something, you know, physically inside the hotel and average that into the overall dining and food and beverage score. So yeah, let's go ahead and hop back over to Bottleworks. I'm not gonna make you guys suffer through listening to me complain about the heat, even though it's not nearly as bad. So yeah, let's go ahead and cue that time lapse. Man, that's a gigantic planter. Okay, back to the time lapse. know, there's so much pride in this city for our local sports teams. I mean, you saw in that short time lapse walking back over here that there's Pacers shirts just everywhere. You know, I love to see it. I wonder if it's the same in other cities. You know, like Chicago springs to mind. I wonder if there's a ton of Bulls pride. Yeah, just one of the weird random things I think about. So, all right, let's get inside. It's starting to get a little warm out here. All right, guys, so we found it. Check it out. Sundry and Vice, 21 and up. The sign doesn't say Sundry and Vice, but trust me, this is it. All right, let's head in. We'll pick back up once I get a table. Old fashioned, 9 out of 10. Cheers, guys. Long Island iced tea. Nine out of 10. Water, unranked, but on a day this hot, 10 out of 10. Long Island iced tea number 2, $20 for this thing. It's good, but not $20 worth of good. 7 out of 10. So, Long Island iced tea and an old fashioned. I didn't look on the receipt to see if they charged me for the water or not, but assuming water's free most of the time. So, 2 drinks. Take a guess in the comments below. Okay, if you had time to write your comment, $32.10. That's crazy. That's what, $16 a drink? Is that how math works? Let's see, 10 and 10 is 20, 6 and 6 is 12. So, yeah, that's $32. It's an average of $16 a drink. Woo. Well, hello again. Welcome back to Josh's Conversation Corner. I'm Josh. That's still Bob. He doesn't really change. And we're here without a beverage, so this is currently not coffee hour or coffee talk. This is just, I want to close out today without just a sudden snap transition into tomorrow. So we made it back to the room after spending some time at Sundry and Vice and watching some of the Pacers and Oklahoma City game. Currently, let me just double check to make sure I'm not lying to you guys. Currently, well, as of 2 minutes ago, when my widget last updated, Oklahoma City is up on Indy 81-68. Unless something changes, I really think my prediction is going to come true, and Oklahoma City will be the 2025 NBA National Champions. Unfortunately, Tyrese Halliburton tore his ACL, and I think that is going to be a major hindrance to the Pacers, unfortunately. They seem to really favor that 3-bomb throughout the series, and without it and without such a key offensive asset, I would be absolutely floored if they were to come back and win it all. So yeah, that is my thought on that. So let's just chat super quick about Sundry and Vice, because I want to wrap my in-depth thoughts about that into final thoughts, pros, cons, overall ratings tomorrow morning. Unfortunately, Sundry and Vice was very much a mixed bag. Great drinks, but lacking elsewhere, unfortunately. So we'll chat more about that in the morning. So let's talk about a little bit more about in the morning. And let me grab the room service menu for that particular conversation. So there are no in-house breakfast options other than the in-room dining menu breakfast portion. Let's see. Okay, you guys can see that. Awesome. So you can pause if you want to read that. So let's take a walk through this and let's figure out what we want for breakfast in the morning, only because I want to have breakfast with you guys, and I want to go through my final thoughts, pros, cons, overall score, that kind of thing. So let's see. Bottleworks Sunrise Burger for the priestly sum of $19. Wagyu beef patty, applewood smoked bacon, sunny side up egg, garlic aioli, white cheddar cheese, brioche bun, tri-colored potatoes. Okay, all right. Breakfast sandy, applewood smoked bacon, sunny side up eggs, cheddar, sourdough, honey sriracha, tri-colored potatoes. Okay. Buttermilk pancakes, maple syrup, fresh berries. Okay, lemon, compound butter, powdered sugar. All right, fine. Let's see, the classic, 2 eggs your way, bacon or sausage, excuse me. Tri-colored potatoes, choice of toast. Okay. All right, build your own omelet, bacon, sausage, ham. Choose one of those breakfast meats. Choose 2 mushroom, onions, bell peppers, Spanish tomato. Choose 1 white cheddar, Swiss American provolone. Serve with tri-colored potatoes. It seems like the side of choice is tri-colored potatoes. Oh, excuse me. Okay, honey D yogurt and granola. Okay, hot tea. So they've got okay, coffee, yeah, regular decaffeinated coffee. You can get Coke, Sprite, Diet Coke. I would really like to have a Bottleworks Sunrise Burger in the morning with an a la carte side of pancakes, because I really enjoy pancakes, but I don't see an a la carte side of pancakes. I feel like they'll probably charge me for both somehow, and then that's gonna be $19 plus $14, which, I mean, that's okay, right? I mean, it's not a big deal, but just trying to figure out how they would work that out. So, all right, well, I think at the very least I'm gonna go for the Bottleworks Sunrise Burger, only because I have never had a burger for breakfast. So that kind of excites me a little bit, and I'm gonna work really, really hard to get those pancakes as well. And then we are gonna have breakfast together in the morning out on the terrace, right? We're gonna have breakfast with a view. Oh, and that reminds me, we need to head out on the terrace and see what that view looks like at night. So yeah, we'll definitely make sure that we do that. Let's see. I'm flipped over now and I'm just looking at the like lunch dinner options. Oh man, there's a filet mignon on here for $39. That's not a bad price actually if it's a real filet mignon and not just something they call a filet mignon. They got a charcuterie board, New York cheesecake, and I mean, if you guys have seen the Swenson's drive-in video, you know how we feel about cheesecake on this channel. So, I mean, come on guys. I kind of almost hate that I missed out on the New York cheesecake in this instance. Or all instances, because, I mean, come on guys, cheesecake is cheesecake. You can get a whole bottle of wine. You can get a Sauvignon Blanc for $45. It better be a really good Sauvignon Blanc for 45 bucks, Jesus. Sliders and steak fries for $10. Man. Chicken tenders and fries. Either one of those Bella would have been all about. Oh, yo, banana pudding a la mode, come on. Yo, banana pudding is a close second and a first, honestly, in some cases, to cheesecake, man, come on. Like, I should have checked out this in-room dining menu before I decided that we were going to the garage. Although the garage was fun, right? Except for, you know, the guy rolled a 6 right off the bat. And we had to immediately have our first mulligan on the channel right out of the gate, day one. Or, well, I should say hotel stay number 1. Man, oh man. Yeah, well, that leaves us something to come back for. Okay, foodstuffs out of the way. With that all out of the way, let's head out to the terrace and see what this nighttime view looks like. So come along with me, won't you? So yeah, there's our nighttime view. I'll pan from the other direction. Let's head back inside. Even though it's 10 o'clock at night, it's still insanely humid out there. It's just unpleasant in every single sense of the word. All right, so it is 10:15 and I think we're about done for the day.